Hi, this is Steve for TrueHollywoodTalk.com. We're with Richard Jenkins, and I have to be honest with you, I'm a fan, and I'm in awe of this guy, one of the best character actors we've ever had in this business. Richard, welcome to TrueHollywoodTalk.com.
Yeah, it's great to be here. Thank you. I appreciate that, too. Thanks.
Where are you from? Give our listeners a little background. Where'd you grow up? And before we talk about your new film, The Visitor, how'd you get involved in acting? Your mother must have loved you becoming an actor. How'd that happen?
Well, actually, my mother was really supportive of me becoming an actor, but I grew up in a small town in Illinois, about 60 miles west of Chicago, DeKalb, Illinois. I went to college in a small Midwestern college and got interested in acting when I was in college, and worked in the theater for about 15 years and started doing movies in '85 and never looked back.
How'd you get involved in 6 Feet Under? Was that something that you went after, or that project just kind of came to you?
Well, they sent me the script. I went in, I met Alan Ball and read for it, and he said, "You want to do it?" I said, "You bet." So
what drives you at this point in your career? You've had money, you've had tremendous amount of work, but what turns you on now? Maybe you can talk about The Visitor. What makes you want to work today?
Well, the projects like The Visitor. I mean, this is an amazing project that kind of dropped in my lap, and at this time in your life, you never think something like that might come along, but it did, and it was just it was an amazing opportunity for me.
Give our listeners the basic premise of this movie about how this couple kind of moves into the apartment and what role you're playing in the movie.
Well, it's a movie about an economics professor in Connecticut who's his wife died 7 years ago, and he's kind of going through the motions in life. He hasn't given up, but he's not really doing great, and he goes to New York to deliver a paper at a conference, and he has an apartment in New York that he and his wife had, and he hasn't been there for 7 years. So he walks into the apartment and he finds two people living there, a young man from Syria and a girl from Africa, and he befriends them, and come to find out that they're both illegals, and the young man is picked up in the subway station and put in detention, and the movie goes in a million different directions from there. Yeah.
On a movie project like this, is this something that you read the first time you say, I want to do this? Because on the lower projects, you don't make as much money, but are you driven by the work? Is that the key for you?
Well, I read this and I said, I can't believe you're asking me to do it. It was just an amazing project. And Tom said, you're the guy who I want you to do this. I wrote it with you in mind. And so it was just amazing. It was just amazing that it happened for me now.
How often, Richard, does a project like that come around? People must solicit you all the time with scripts. How does it happen?
This is the first time a project like this has come my way. Yeah, where I had the lead, and we went out to eat about a year before, and I didn't know Tom very well. We went out, hung out for 2 hours, and then a year later he called me and said, "I wrote this part for you."
Do you still keep in touch with Michael C. Hall, one of my favorite actors on Dexter?
Well, I saw Michael in a play in New York a year and a half ago, and that's the last I've seen him, but it was great to see him, yeah.
Are you still in touch with most of your peers on that show?
You know, I saw Lauren Ambrose in Awake and Sing. I went back and I saw her. This business, you go everywhere, but once you're a friend in this business, as soon as you see each other, you pick right up where you left off.
Do you want to go back and do another series on television? What's the future for you, Richard? Because we want to see you on TV.
I have no idea what the future is. I stopped trying to guess what that is a long time ago. You know.
What is it about acting? It's not just the craft of acting, but what is it about film that is there's a message in this film. We're seeing it today with a lot of issues with immigrants. It just seems that film is a way of kind of bringing people together, don't you think?
Well, what film does, and what this film does, is it personalizes political issues, and it's not. I mean, it's not a political film. It's about putting people together that would not find each other and finding a common connection in their humanity, and that's really what movies do great. I mean, they can do it incredibly well.
The people that listen to TrueHollywoodTalk.com are actors, directors, casting people. We want to know, what are some of your favorite movies that you liked growing up? What are some of your favorite films?
Oh my God, there's so many.
Give us your top 5, Richard.
My top 5 films.
Well, your publicist gets mad at me for talking to you too much, all right?
All right, I'll tell you, my favorite film, because it meant a lot to me, was On the Waterfront. I'm sure a lot of people have that same, a million of them. There's a million of them. On the Waterfront is the one movie that I absolutely am crazy about.
All right, I want to thank Richard for coming on TrueHollywoodTalk.com. And anyone who says On the Waterfront's his favorite movie, I'll tell you, I'm in awe of this guy. It's a real honor for this young man. Thanks, Richard.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.